Making headlines this morning, a major road heading towards the GWB is closed after a water main break. We'll bring you the latest traffic updates as you head out for your morning commute. Plus, initial testing of new water filters in Newark has been completed, and state officials say they're happy with the results. And Seton Hall Prep is getting a new headmaster, but many parents are unhappy with the decision. Your news starts right now.
FiOS 1 News, Morning Edition.
Good morning. It is 7 o'clock on this Tuesday, September 24th. You're watching FiOS 1 News. Thanks for joining us. I'm Christine Persichetti. We'll have your top stories in just a moment, and Nicole Denado will have your traffic report. But first, let's get a check of the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Brian Fitzgerald, who joins me now. And Brian, are we going to have another summer day this fall?
It's going to be a beautiful day outside today.
Nice.
It's not going to be as hot as yesterday, so that's good. So it's not going to feel like it's the middle of July.
Nice.
But it is going to be above average. We'll be in the mid to upper 70s, sunshine, low humidity.
Oh, can't complain about that.
Cannot complain about that. All right, guys, let's show you what's happening as you're stepping outside the door this morning. Here across the Garden State, we have got dry weather all across the Northeast because we had a cold front come through last night. So you can see that rain offshore, but that is now moving away from us. And so whether you're waking up across Bergen County or you're further west out towards Morristown or down the shore, all going to be in good shape today, dry into this afternoon and this evening. As for the temperatures, as you step outside the door this morning, heading out to work at school, we've got 50s inland, 60s closer to the city and down the shore, and the wind is coming in out of the west, so it is a drying wind at about 3 to 6 miles per hour. Here's how we plan out the rest of the day. Do expect those temperatures into the upper 70s and lots of sunshine. Don't forget the sunglasses as you step out. We have much more on the rest of your 7-day forecast. That's coming up in just a few minutes.
Good Tuesday morning. We are back. Let's get another fresh round of those updates. Taking a look at the roads around New Jersey. We're going to start off with this gorgeous shot for us right now, just as the sun's coming out for us, of Route 3 in the Rutherford area. So just want to let you know that the roads are still looking pretty nice out there, pretty clear for the most part, still quiet. Let's get a quick look out to the George Washington Bridge right now. So traffic starting to pick up a little bit. Our delays are starting to build up there at the George Washington Bridge, and as you approach the toll plaza and going across right now. But our drive times are still pretty much in good shape for the most part. New Jersey Turnpike at Newark Airport, seeing a few more cars out there as well. But as you can see, the roads are still pretty quiet for the most part. We're starting to see a little bit of a buildup of hot spots of delays build up in our normal areas. We still have those road closures happening US Route 9W, both directions at Palisades Avenue because of that water main break. And then we also have an accident routes 1 and 9 heading north at Route 439. And here's a quick look at our drive times before we go. I'm Nicole Denado. That's your FiOS 1 News traffic report.
A water main break overnight in Bergen County near the GWB could have an impact on your morning commute after a major road was closed. The break on Route 9W near East Palisade Avenue has been repaired, but crews are still in the process of working on the road itself. So Route 9W remains closed in both directions between East Palisade Avenue and East Clinton Avenue. A detour is in place. Nicole will have an update on the traffic conditions later in the newscast. The tests are done and the results are in. Preliminary testing of new water filters in Newark suggests they are 97% effective in getting rid of the lead in the city's aging pipes. FiOS 1's Jessica Orban has more on what comes next.
This is just a small piece of one of the 18,000 lead service lines that run below the streets of Newark. This has been the cause of an ongoing water crisis that is now seeing a permanent solution.
Our concern has always been what's the fix? Not a short-term fix, but, what is the way to correct this?
Avia and Ron Wise have been drinking bottled water long before Newark's problem with lead service lines was common knowledge. On Monday, their lead service line was replaced with copper piping, and soon they might be able to drink the water coming out of their sink for the first time in years.
Families and their children are our future, and it's a tragedy to hear that young children have been affected by lead poisoning. I mean, that to me is awful.
Earlier Monday, state and local leaders announced the preliminary results of more than 1,700 samples taken from water filters in 300 homes across the city. For residents and officials, the results were welcome news.
Approximately 97% of water filters currently in place are effective the moment the tap is opened. and that number improves to approximately 99% when water flushes the service line for at least 5 minutes before use.
Within the next few weeks, officials will be forming a community assistance program, training people on how to install faucet filters and educate the public on their use. The city will continue to distribute bottled water, but will gradually reduce the supply. Newark will have a State of the Water town hall meeting on October 2nd. In Newark, Jessica Orban, FiOS 1 News.
A Jersey City pastor has been convicted of sexually assaulting a young girl. Now he could spend more than a decade behind bars. FiOS 1's Brianne Talaka has the details.
Orlando Martinez Chavez, a 48-year-old former pastor from Jersey City, was found guilty of sexual assault. The verdict was read in Hudson County Superior Court. Chavez is the former pastor of Iglesia Pentecostal Church on Summit Avenue. He was removed from his position in 2018 after a 32-year-old woman said he sent her inappropriate pictures. Following this, others started to come forward and tell their stories to authorities. The prosecutor's office says he fondled the 10-year-old girl inappropriately in 2013, as well as 3 other women while he was pastor. He now faces up to 15 years in prison. He was convicted of second-degree sexual assault and third-degree endangering of child welfare. And this means Chavez must register under Megan's Law and get parole supervision for life. In Jersey City, Brianne Talaka, FiOS 1 News.
The latest now on the search for that 5-year-old girl who's believed to have been kidnapped from a Cumberland County park. Investigators are now asking anyone who visited the park that day last week to share photos or videos they took in the area. Dulce Maria Alves disappeared from the playground at Bridgeton City Park last Monday. Alves was playing with her 3-year-old brother while her mother sat in her car nearby with an 8-year-old relative. Investigators believe the girl was taken by a man who led her to a red van. There's a $35,000 reward for information leading to the girl's return and the arrest of a suspect. The oldest Catholic prep school in the state has a new headmaster, despite parents' pleas to keep the old one. FiOS 1's Marilyn Buckley is at Seton Hall Prep with the story.
Parents deeply affected by this decision, even signing a petition pushing officials to change their minds. And the previous headmaster is being pushed out of his role and supposedly is taking over a parish in Short Hills that is facing serious financial hardships. Parents and students were notified about this unexpected decision on Saturday that Monsignor Robert Harahan would be leaving. The letter sent out reading in part, "It was a decision made by the Cardinal out of urgent pastoral concern for the good of the parish." According to our partners at NorthJersey.com, the trending petition gained over 200 signatures within hours of it being posted. Harahan has yet to comment on the situation. The paper is reporting the new headmaster is Michael Gallo, a 1979 graduate of Seton Hall Prep. Parents and students very upset over this decision because they feel they had no say whatsoever. And at this time, the Archdiocese has not revealed what sparked this sudden yet urgent decision. In West Orange, Marilyn Buckley, FiOS 1 News.
Fighting teen vaping. Coming up, we'll tell you the creative way one congressman is trying to keep vapes away from minors.